What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Daily Stack Report. Today is an exciting day. It's always exciting whenever we hit record highs, but today was not normal at all. Silver just blew through record highs. Gold just printed a new all-time high, and this wasn't a slow grind. This was an acceleration. If you want daily silver and gold coverage that actually explains why this is happening, hit that subscribe button for me real quick. It truly does help the channel, and it gets our content out to more future gold and silver stackers. So thank you guys for tuning in, and here we go. Did you expect this to happen that fast? I sure didn't. As I'm recording this video, we currently have the spot price of silver at $97.83 and gold spot at $49.82, while gold is sitting at $49.58 on futures, and silver is hitting $97.05. Guys, silver just smashed through 97. That is absolutely crazy. It begs the question, will gold hit $5,000 first, or will silver hit $100 first? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. So let's be very clear about today. This was not a cool down. This was a continuation and an expansion. Silver surged to new all-time highs near $97, and gold ripped through a near record $4,983. That tells us two important things. Buyers were not satisfied with yesterday's levels. The market is willing to pay up immediately, not wait for dips. If we do see the past couple of days, we did get smashed down a little bit after Trump announced that he will not have tariffs on Greenland, but that was just news, and that was a very short-term thing. That was a market reaction to that, and buyers were ready to eat that up, and they did, as we're smashing through 97 as I speak right now. And so, guys, that is huge bullish news for us. Every time silver or gold seem to get smashed down, but silver in particular, it bounces back. I mean, it just bounces back every single time. This is what tells me that this is not hype. This is something that is truly happening in the market. The demand is there, and the silver price has just been getting smashed down for way too long. It's been getting suppressed, and now the true price discovery is coming out. So, guys, I'm super bullish on that. And hey, if this breakdown is helping you understand what you're actually seeing, hit like and subscribe. This channel is built for stackers who want clarity, not hype. So the gold to silver ratio, let's talk about that most important relationship. The gold price divided by silver price equals how many ounces of silver by 1 ounce of gold. Right now that ratio is compressing into the low 50s, which tells us something critical. Silver is outperforming gold. If we look back just a couple months ago, about 5 months ago, it was around 100 to 1. Now we're about 50 to 1, which is absolute insanity, guys. Historically, a high ratio equals silver cheap and means silver is lagging, and a falling ratio means silver is leading, and today's action confirms that. So let's address the big question everyone's asking. Will silver hit $100 first, or will gold hit $5,000 first? Let me know in the comments, guys. Silver is smaller, thinner, and momentum driven. When silver runs, it doesn't ask permission. That makes $100 absolutely reachable in this environment. Gold, on the other hand, is deeper, steadier, and institutional. Gold grinding towards 5,000 is logical, but it usually moves with less violence. Guys, we see all the inflation going on. You know, we see all these hypes, all these tensions with these wars and these tariffs and this and that. It seems like every other day there's something in the news. Guys, this is where gold and silver, but specifically gold, really thrives in, because it's a safe haven asset that is traded around the world, and no matter how devalued the dollar is in America or in China, Japan, with bond rates, with no matter what it is, if gold is 5,000 in America, it's 5,000 in China. It's 5,000 in India. It's 5,000 in Russia. It's 5,000 in South America. Wherever you go, it's a stable holding value asset. It's going to hold its value no matter where you go. And so you can feel safe holding that. And so that's why we see a lot of these prices going up right now. Silver, on the other hand, it is a lot more price discovery. You know, it's been suppressed for so long that we're truly just kind of finding out what that ratio is. Me personally, I think we could get down to a 20 to 30-1 ratio on silver to gold. Right now it's hovering around 50. I went to a local coin shop the other day, and he had an interesting take. He said if you look at one of the gold buffaloes, it says 50 on there, and a silver eagle is worth $1. And so he was like, hey, I've heard that maybe they want it to be at that 50-1, but if gold goes to 10,000 and is 50-1, well, hey, that means silver's going to be a lot more, guys. It's going to be $200, $300 if gold keeps going up like this. So keep that in mind. But hey, if silver tags 100, what do you think happens to premiums? I truly think 100. Yes, if we look at futures, if we look at spot price, it's not $100 yet. But every coin shop I go to, every gold and silver shop that I go to, everywhere I go, right now it is impossible to get silver for less than $100. Yeah, I mean, everyone has their premiums because dealers are scared that silver is going to tank, and so what do? They have to protect themselves. They have to have that risk aversion. And what is that? That's called a premium. And so basically, if silver is at $95, they're going to have anywhere from a $5 to $7 to $10 premium on top of that. So that way, if silver goes down, then they still are making that $10. Versus on the other side, if you're selling it to a coin shop, it may be 95, but you're only getting $85 to $80 right now. I mean, look at all the news with the refineries, how they're not even buying certain metals. I mean, there are some refineries that aren't even buying .999 silver bars. Silver bars, pure silver. They're not buying them. They want the rounds. They're just too hard to melt. They already have so much silver that they're getting very picky. They're not buying 90%, 40%, 35% nickels, whatever it is. They're just not purchasing any of that. They want the pure stuff, and they want specific pure stuff. So guys, that leads me into my next thing. It goes with deals. So I want to kind of go over some trades that I've been working on and that I've been doing personally. Now, this does take, a little bit more effort, and, you have to make some phone calls, and you have to go to some local coin shops. And most importantly, you can't be afraid for someone to tell you, no, I can't do that, or no, you're not going to get that price. So what I have been doing on mainly dimes, quarters, and half 90% is I've been playing with that premium. Now, just because refineries aren't buying it doesn't necessarily mean that shops are not buying it. They're just buying it for a lot less. So here's what I've been doing. I've been calling around different shops and going to different shops and asking, hey, what 90% do you have? Because some shops have a lot of it, some shops have none of it, and some shops are right there in the middle. And so I've been playing that premium game a little bit. And this does take a little bit more capital, but it is worth it. The profit margins can be huge on it. And so what I'm doing is calling around, and I'm finding people who are willing to sell me certain 90% silver at, let's just say for today's example, is 50 times face value. So for a dime, that's 10 dimes. For quarters, that's 4 quarters. And for halves, that's 2 halves. Morgan dollars and peace dollars are a whole nother thing. I just have not been able to do this deal with Morgan or peace dollars. It's just been nearly impossible. And so we're going to stick to halves, dimes, and quarters. And so what I've been doing is calling around and saying, hey, what are you guys purchasing 90% halves for? And they'll tell me, 60 times face value, 55 times face value, 50 times face value. And again, face value is how many of that 90% silver it takes to make $1. And I'm calling to see who's at 45, who's at 50, who's at 55, who's at 56, 58, 59, 60, and building relationships with people and figuring out who can sell it, who has a bunch of it, who has overloaded with it, because some of these places are buying it for 30 times face value, 40 times face value, 45 times face value, and those places are more likely to work out a bulk deal with you to get rid of it. So if you can find somewhere that's selling it or buying it for 30 times, 40 times, 45 times face value, hold on to that place, because next what you're going to do in this trade is you're going to look for those places who are buying it at 50 times face value, 55 times face value. And hey, I had a call around, so I'm not going to give out my plug for this one, but I found someone today who's purchasing at 59 times face value for constitutional silver. Not dollars, not Morgan or Peace dollars, but halves specifically, but they'll take quarters and dimes. And you're playing that game. You're playing that premium game, right? So if you can find someone who's purchasing for 35 times face value, 40 times face value, go in there and say, hey, I'll give you 50 times face value. You make money, and I'm going to go make money, right? And then on top of that, you also have to have that guy behind you who's willing to purchase and lock in that 55 times. That 55 is the average. That's why I'm hovering around that number. 59, I'm going to see how long they do this for, but 55 is about average. And that's a days of calling. I mean, you gotta call people to find that, and you gotta work some deals out and just kind of know what you're talking about, right? Know what face value is, know what you're looking to sell, right? So it kind of helps to find the person who's selling it cheaper first before you find the person who buys it, because prices change, market change, and an email can get sent out at any moment that no one's buying junk silver anymore, and they could flip on you. And so I have gotten stuck before with this trade, but recently I've been having some luck. Knock on some wood, guys. Knock on some wood for me. I've been having luck with it. But I'm looking for those people who are selling it at around 45 to 50 times face value, and from there I'm flipping it to those people who are purchasing it for a higher face value. And so if I can purchase $1,000 worth of halves at $50 or $45 face value and go and flip that the same day for someone who's selling it for 55 times face value, guys, I'm making over $200 profit on that trade. And so there are deals out there, and that's 2 ounces of silver right now, just about 2 ounces of silver. And there are deals out there. There are still ways that you can get silver for cheap. There are still ways that you can get silver at a discount. You just have to put in the work, and you have to do a little education. Subscribe to the Daily Stack Report, baby. I bring you daily updates. I'm doing my best to give you educational advice. If you have questions or you want to see other things covered in these videos, leave a comment. Guys, help me out a little bit. Help me help you. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you daily content, daily info. But guys, that's all that I have for today. Hold on. Don't leave yet. There's one thing I want stackers to remember. At $97 silver price, guys, you got to be ready for that pullback. So also check out for that. Hold on to that. But here's what I'm watching for. Does silver hold above the breakout zone around 97, or does it hit 100, or does it retest that volatility? We just saw it go from 95 to 90, back up to 97. So volatility is huge right now. And so is it going to pass that volatility test? And does gold consolidate under 5,000, or does it punch through? And so if gold hits 5,000 and silver hits 100, are they going to blow through it? Which, I mean, is it going to go from 5,000 to 5,100? 5150, 52, or is it going to go to 5,000 and then sell off hard because people are taking profits? Same thing with silver. I think silver, once it hits 100, it's going to run up to 110 pretty easily. From there, we're probably going to see a little bit of a pullback, but guys, just go look at the charts. Every time we have a pullback, we bounce right back, and that's what it's about, guys. That's why I'm staying bullish on this. And yeah, that's all I have today, guys. Bottom line, today was a historic day for precious metals. Silver and gold didn't cool off, guys. They accelerated. And if you want more updates that keep you ahead of this move and you want to stay up to date with daily content, subscribe to the Daily Stack Report. Hit that like button. Drop a comment. I appreciate everyone who watches these videos. Have a nice night. Stay safe. Keep stacking. Peace out.